Who is it? Vinny!
Hey, dude, are you there?
Hey, what's up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude,
man?
I don't have a scary story, man. I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll
Brandon.
come after your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot of...
That is what you did. Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of the Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of the moon. Third phase of the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Hey, all right. Welcome to Goof on everybody. It is Friday, October 22nd, 2021. How the heck are you? You did it. You know what today is. That's right, it's Friday, end of the work week for most of us. Well, for the 9-to-5ers, what a rough week. I can't find food that I normally eat. Either they're getting taken by the time I get to the grocery store, they're not getting delivered. Either way, I'm not getting the regular foods I eat. I'm altering my eating habits. So tomorrow I have to go look for what I normally eat. Are you having those same problems? I'm sure you are. If I can't find chicken parmesan, all I got is a meatball dinner. You understand? So I'm eating a lot of spaghetti and Ma's meatballs. Tomorrow, is it? Maybe Saturday or Sunday, we're going to have homemade pizza. Brick oven. Oh, it's a good one. Mom makes the best homemade pizza. You ever hear of Giordano's? Yeah, well, that's not my family. But it's a very famous pizza place out of Chicago. I almost said Chicago, New York. Chicago, Illinois. There's no noise in Illinois. That's how you remember how not to say the S on that. I don't know why people still use the S. There's no S in Illinois. And you know, we teach here on Goof On. We teach all sorts of stuff, right? Remember this? We used to teach this one all the time. Height is not pronounced height. It is pronounced height. It's not spelled H-E-I-G-T-H. It is height. And supposed, which is supposedly. There's no B-L-Y on the end of supposed. It's supposedly, not supposably. All right, those are our lessons for today. Good night, everybody. Nah, I'm joking around. Don't you dare go nowhere. Good show tonight. It was brought up on Alien Addict's show earlier today that I was a guest on with Lee from Musty Audio. And one of the things that was brought up, Lee said it, I think, maybe we're seeing UFOs that are from an ancient human civilization that, for some reason or another, won't interact with us. Not that we know of. You know? Maybe they have some sort of agreement with governments. I don't know. I don't think so. And would the Illuminatis, the people who actually run this world, if you believe in that, do they have a communication with these aliens? Are they running the world? It's a pretty weird one to get into. You know what I mean? Because you would have heard it by now. Unless the threat to family is so unbelievably real that there's no way you would even consider thinking about saying something to the public. The Illuminati's real. Look at what Jim Carrey did it. He went out doing the all-seeing tongue. Remember that on Jimmy Kimmel? You know what it is, Jimmy, he says. Come on, the Illuminati. Remember that? The all-seeing eye? And then he kept sticking his tongue out. You know, Jimmy. Jimmy's like, what are we doing here? What's going on? What do you mean? You know what I mean. I really don't. Yes, you do. Everybody in Hollywood knows what that means. I can't do it because of the hat. It's the all-seeing eye, Jimmy. From the Illuminati. All right, that's enough talk. Next thing you know, they turned me off. I'm back online. My thing is, where do they come from? Roll call! Pyramid 7! Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to the show. Off-World Adam, welcome to the show. Ms. DJ, welcome to the show. Blue Chicken! We have Blue Chicken, welcome to the show. Marvindale Likens Jr., welcome to the show. Big Bob, Small M, welcome to the show. Den Bup, welcome to the show. Lord Ludicrous Plaid, welcome to the show. Randall Hill, welcome to the show. First Floor Audio Lee, welcome to the show. Jill Tate, you're not late. Welcome to the show. Isn't that great? Huh? Hey, there she is. Felicia Flores, the beautiful, the one, the only. Welcome to the show, you. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Complaisir, welcome to the show. D. Montgomery, welcome to the show. John P. Adventures, welcome to the show. 20 seconds left. Barry H. White, welcome to the show. Unidentified S4, welcome to the show. World in Chaos, 76, welcome to the show. Dorothy the Hawkins, welcome to the show. I already did Marvindale, welcome to the show again. Betty Cohn, 10 seconds, welcome to the show. Yes, I can't find any more. Let's go see who came in through the front door. Lee Guy, welcome to the show. Front door. No. B. Baker's in the house, welcome to the show. 3. Raymond Lawrence, welcome to the show. 2. Shadi Panurin, welcome to the show. 1. Everybody. Oh, Cloudy with a Chance of UFOs and Shay Ragnarsson are the last 2. Welcome to the show. And Los Gods, welcome to the show. All right, let's get this shindig on the road. Right behind me, you see them, the players. These are the talking heads of ufology, for the most part, not all of them, just some of them. And Big Lou, UFO, the real UFO Jesus. Look at how beautiful that head is, right? Right? It's like putting a bowling ball on a toothpick. With brains. It's a bowling ball with eyes. Nah. I don't hate Lou. I think Lou got put into a position to save his job. To save not being court-martialed. That's what I believe. I believe something happened to the guy. Because from what background chatter I hear, apparently from people in the know, is that, Lou isn't doing as good as he looks. Yeah. maybe taking this weight that he has to carry on his shoulders. Not used to the UFO Twitter attacks. That isn't from me because I don't do that. There's some nasty stuff going on that, my God, who are these people that are attacking Lou that is making him a little depressed, I should say, bringing up the old PTSD. Lou, don't open up that goof on. That's what Lou sees when he opens up a goof on Twitter. It's a minigun. Can't do it. Anyway, sand. Lou wakes up from his computer. Giordano. He gets on his phone. 3:21 a.m. Fucking Giordano. Hal, it happened again. Another dream about Rich. Yeah, up the dosage to 20 milligrams every 3 hours. Are you okay? I'll be all right. It was a pretty lucid dream you had there, Lou. Maybe he's trying to remote view your location. I don't know. This one was different, though, Hal. This goof on character. I gotta go, Lou. Well, I wanted to tell you. Hello? Poor Lou. Even Hal Putoff won't talk to him at 3:25 a.m. What is in my eye? That wasn't there before the show started. Come on. Food? It was orange, whatever. Oh, I had an orange. Oh, maybe that was pulp. Hey, pulp can move, baby. You ever bite into an orange and watch that pulp go flying? Lee Guy with a $2 super chat. Lou is the Kardashian of ufology. Absolutely. Absolutely, Guy. Thank you for the $2 support. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thank you very much. Lee Guy with a $2 support, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. You can support GoofOn through super chats. That's how the show survives. Without that, PayPal. The Cash App is cool. Only like 3 people use it, but, it's cool. I like the Cash App. Patreon, you can help out. Any of those ways. And the links are all in the description of every show and the About button on the homepage of GoofOn. Grazie, Lee. Grazie. Kicking off the show quick like that. Thanks. Thank you. It was a meatball. It was a meatball. It was, right? Steve K with a $5. Nah, Fessler is the Kardashian of ufology. Fessler is probably true. That's more true than anything else. Absolutely he is. Yeah, $5 super chat from Steve K. Yeah, he's a little storyteller, that one over there. He's cute, isn't he? He's adorable. I want to put him in my pocket. He reminds me of one of those Q-tips. Yeah, Q-tip. I don't know why, but he reminds me of a Q-tip. It's not nice. But he does. What can I say? Steve K, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso. So far so, everybody. Thank you. Yeah. He was talking about truth seekers, and I don't know if he was talking about me. I didn't hear him. All I heard was that he's talking shit. And I'm like, good. You keep talking. I mean, nobody's listening. Who cares about 13 people in the live chat? I mean, even that we get up to 100, 160 like last night, it's still this many people. It's nothing. It has to be 10,000, 5,000 people, 2,500 people, 1,000. If I had 1,000 live, I would consider that to be a mover and shaker and influencer. I don't think we're influencing many people, but we have a loud voice, GoofOn does. I didn't realize it. Seriously. We are, and I said this before because some people have said it and it makes sense. Nobody likes to really admit they listen to goof on. Some people do, some really don't. It's more not than they would. And then you see there's people who watch this show as their guilty pleasure. They're like, oh, what's going on over there? Oh boy, I haven't listened to goof on in a month. And then they see 24 shows of 2 hours each. They're like, Jesus, no show chapters? I got to start putting those back in. Unidentified S4 with a $2 super sticker. It's a super sticker. Let me see what the super sticker is. I have to go over to my YouTube channel page. It's a #1 foam finger. Thank you very much, Unidentified S4, continuing supporter of Goof On. That goes right into the piggy bank. Another one? I see 2. Why do I see 2? There is 2. Oh, another one. One's different than the other. Nope, now it came in. Okay. Thank you, Unidentified S4. $4 in super chats, super stickers, just like that. Mucho gusto, generoso. And this is for you, so. I appreciate that. They have this button. You probably haven't seen it anywhere. It's a thank you button, I think. And let's say this show ended, and then you're watching the replay. There would be a button that would say thank you. And when you click on it, you can donate even after the show's over live. Everybody should have that who's monetized, but they're testing it out. They're testing it out. Thank you, Unidentified S4. Steve K. Fessler bullies more than anyone. Him and that hack. I know they are. Yeah. But you know what I do? I don't even listen. So, try not to bring that up. The more I don't know, the more I don't know. Then it doesn't happen. That's what I have to do to people that are... It would be easy to talk about him, which is why I don't. He's a Mr. Know-It-All, that Fessler guy. He knows everything. His thumbnails are awful. Just awful. Not that thumbnails really matter to the algorithm, because they don't. Titles don't matter to the algorithm. Thank God for that, because his are bad too. But you look at that channel and it's a mix of confusion. Very confusing. But anyway, I'm not really trying to be that gossip guy anymore. I'm trying to move away from that. But every now and then we do get attacked and or talked about. Good, bad, or indifferent. Let me know about the good stuff, all right? Forget the bad stuff. That stuff, it doesn't really work anymore. That's it. Thank you. Threxbox with a $5 super chat. Ever hear of the David Anderson time control technology interviews with Art Bell? Hey, no, it's okay, Steve. You didn't do anything wrong. I just want to let you know. Absolutely perfect. I'm just saying, unless it's real bad, I gotta know. Then I gotta know. All right. Threxbox, thanks for the $5. Yes and no. I heard of them. I've listened to them, but I don't remember them. So what I want to do is listen to them tonight. Yeah, that's a great idea. Usually when I have a show, I know there's one big topic I'll talk about, most of the time too. But that can only take 45 minutes to an hour. Usually the second half of the show is the Twitter, the news of the day. Or week. Or continuing news stories. So I want to use that for tonight. That is a good $5 super chat, by the way. Thank you very much. You get one of those, Threxbox, who is a continuing supporter of Goof On as well. Thank you. Mucho gusto, generoso. Threxbox. Threx. Yeah, exactly. I see that, Martin. All right. Alrighty then, right, Paul? I mean, hey, that jumped on me. I was going to Paul because he's like, alrighty then. That's how I take that. Goof On Gang only likes the realness. Who wouldn't? I looked up, it said 111. That's how many live we got here already. Who wouldn't just want the realness? Hey, look, I'm like everybody else. I love a good story. I like to rip good yarn with you guys. But the reality of it is, we are in a topic here that is peppered with the truth. I don't have to tell you. You know. You know. It's all crapped out. It's all crapped out. All right, let me get to work here. Let's do this. I want to find that. Oh, she did. Oh, let's do this. Let me pull up. Everybody likes her. Alien Girl 111 got to 1,000 subscribers yesterday or the day before, which is awesome. So go give her a nice hello. Let's see. Here we go. It's nice. She was right on the cusp for like 3 months. I'm like, how come she's not going? She should have had that 1,000 a month ago. All right. So I don't know if I played this, and I don't think I did. But I'm going to play this for you while I look for the Art Bell thing. Apala, she had one question, being a panelist of Third Phase of Moon. You know, we did that interview with everybody, you know, the thing. Well, anyway, here's her portion of that. I don't think we saw this one. Did we? Did I play this yesterday? No, I played Michael's. Thank you. Here we go. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Just 2 questions.
This is my own segment of a long panel discussion that I've been doing with my fellow panel hosts from Third Phase of Moon. The fellow panelists, the whole team is here. And we all actually just did a panel for each of our own shows. So I definitely recommend going out and checking out all of their shows and checking out each of our separate panel discussions on all the shows. I'm not sure when exactly they're all coming out, but definitely go ahead and check out everyone here's shows. We got Blake and Brent here from Third Phase of Moon, the Cousins brothers. We have Dr. J from Dr. J Radio, I believe that is, and Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal, who I interviewed last week on my show. So I definitely recommend going ahead and checking out that episode. That was really fun. We have Michael Schratt here, who is a UFO historian. And we have Richard Giordano from Goof On Radio and his YouTube channel. So definitely recommend checking out all these channels. All these people are doing really incredible work, and it's amazing to have everyone on my show to do a panel. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it's so good to have everyone on here. So I'm just going to do a discussion I'm just going to ask everyone here a question, and we're all going to discuss it. And I'm really excited to see everyone's opinions on this. And like I said, we did this for everyone's separate shows, and we all asked separate questions for all of our shows. So definitely go check out all their shows and check out our discussions with each channel. So my question for all of you is, I want to know who most inspired you out of everyone and everyone's work in this community over all the many years in the UFO community. Who has inspired you the most? There's been people out there who have been doing years and years of research. There's Jim Mars, William Cooper. There's so many people. There's the people like Louis Elizondo. There's so many people that have been doing years and years of work. And I want to know, who comes to mind first for you? Who do you most respect out of all these people that have been speaking at conferences and written books? I'm trying to think. There's just so many different amazing authors. There's even like Graham Hancock, people that have gotten into forbidden archaeology, that aspect of things, or the most recent research in the latest coming out in ufology. And there's even the people that really broke the ground with their work back when this field was something that was considered very taboo. So I want to know who really inspired you the most, maybe even who brought you into this, and the work that you think was the most important, because I feel that this community is so important, because the work that all these people have been doing, maybe back then when they had first come out, it was looked at as very taboo and there these crazy conspiracy theorists. But we're finally coming to a time where all these people's work has become extremely validated, and I think it's just we're at the beginning of a movement that's just going to grow and become really powerful over the coming years. And I think these people are really going to go down in history for breaking the mold and really bringing out this information before anyone else. So I want to hear your thoughts. Who inspired you? Who do you feel whose work was the most important in this community? So here, I'll start with Blake Cousins here from Third Phase of the Moon. What are your thoughts on this? Who do you feel really inspired you and maybe got you into this field of work that you are doing now?
You know what? That's a good question. I'm gonna say I could name 3 people, but there's many amounts of minds out there that have inspired me in my thought process in this journey with everybody else in real time. But I think Brian Forrester kind of came to mind first because he's kind of one of these guys that travels across the world to these ancient megastructures and has his own theory on things. And he speaks to the people that are considered indigenous to the region. And he has a different thought process about how old these ancient megastructures are. There was some kind of cataclysmic event that happened. There's a civilization that was lost. So this really opens up a lot of things in my mind. It opens up possibilities. And another one that comes to mind is right here in the panel. And his name's Michael Schratt. I've come across Michael's work obscurely going through YouTube, and I saw this speech that he did in regards to a topic. And I'm like, wow, look at this guy. He seems very credible. He's eloquent with his words, and the evidence that he brings forward is evidence that is verified. And this is very important in the field. So, Michael's given me a lot of inspiration in regards to verifying, bringing forth the evidence that's credible. And, it's insane what Michael does. And another, he's passed. I thought Stan T. Friedman, when we're able, as growing up when we're kids, we always looked up to this guy with his, mind and his look. He just looked like somebody that knew what he was talking about. It was incredible. And when we're able to interview him, thanks to Dr. J Radio Live in collaboration with Third Phase of the Moon, basically speaking to the top ufologists across the planet, Stan T. Friedman, when we're able to interview him a few times, that was kind of like a dream come true. So, those are my top 3. Again, everybody on the panel has done a lot of work here, and I'm inspired by everybody that's working really hard every day in this field. So, those are just the 3 that came to the top of my mind quickly.
Thanks so much, Blake. I definitely agree with you on Brian Forrester, his work. Wow, so incredible. I mean, I want to go see those skulls in person. I heard they actually have red hair on them.
Yep.
Some of them. So that's pretty interesting. Well, since, we're starting with the Third Phase of Moon host, then I'll go ahead and go to the other one, Brent here. So Brent, what are your thoughts? Who comes to mind for you?
How many did we go through here? Just one? We'll do one more. We always hear Brent and Blake. Michael Schratt. We did Michael. Let's go to the last one. Yeah, he does a good job, actually. Dr. J Radio.
And, it connects to the whole ancient alien aspect of things. And that, I recommend that to anyone. Everyone should read that book. Graham P. Hancock's definitely a major one for me. So I want to go ahead and close this off with Dr. J. Dr. J, how do you feel about this topic? Who inspired you over all these years, and whose work do you feel has been the most important to you in your research and your life coming into this community?
So definitely the godfather of ufology, Stan Friedman, in the early 80s, watching that Jesse Marcel Sr. interview about the recovered craft at Roswell and the debris. Another person, Eric von Däniken, talking about the gods of the Temple of Apollo in Delphi in Greece, and of course how the Bible written literally and not so much mythology. And another huge figure, of course, Bob Lazar, talking about actually having hands-on experience at a government facility at S4. I mean, how big can you get? Edgar Mitchell, astronaut, coming back after coming on the moon, the sixth man to step on the moon. And then, of course, going back to his Roswell, where he grew up, and it was in high school during the Roswell crash. And everyone then confirmed to him that this did, in fact, happen. And another person I have to say, our dear friend Preston Dennett. When I first read his book, UFOs Over California in 2007, I never heard of him. And yet I'd seen almost everybody else in lectures and stuff since the 80s. But that book showed me so many more crashes and retrievals just in California alone. And that, and a combination of that, him and Blake and Brent Cousins, the three of them really brought me forth into this 10 years ago.
Pretty cool. So the link will be in the description after the show. Apollo's Odyssey from Apollo Hysteria. So, you know, we've been doing these things now. Well, we've only done one of them, but we're going to do them every other week on a Sunday. And there'll be 5 or 6 panelists. I think not Sunday in a few days, but we're going to have Jim Goodall and John D'Souza. That's the plan. Doesn't mean it's written in stone. And then me and Michael and Third Phase. So it'll be pretty good. Man, as I promised, UFO stuff, right? So let's talk about this human technology from the past, because I think it's a possibility. I really do. It was interesting. I always say I think that the aliens would be hiding in Antarctica, on the moon, in the ocean, on Mars perhaps, because those are places we don't have exclusive access to, safe access to. It's very difficult for us to, I mean, we can go to Antarctica, and I'm sure we have, where, you know, we've been all over the place up there, but whether or not there's a hollowed earth is another thing. I mean, that would have to be like an opening, like a machine, I would think. Like, the hole's always there? Yeah, I'm confused by that. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a big, you know, like at one of these stadiums where the roof opens up. Is that something that happens over there? I'm not so sure. Does it open certain times of the day, of the year, of the week, of the month, maybe per season? I don't know. I don't know. But you always think these UFOs, if they're for real, and I'm going to say, all right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to borrow ex-vice president comment, statement, whatever. Here's the deal. Let's say the Tic Tac, the gimbal, the Go Fast are mundane objects. All right? Then before that, we would have to say that things that people have seen throughout history are either real UFOs, mundane objects, or faked. Right? They can't all be UFOs, unidentified objects. Now, when we're talking about UFOs, I know what it means. It's not identified. When we talk about it here, we mean the aliens. We don't mean the regular, you know, it's a plane in the distance. It could still be a UFO. We don't know if it's a plane in the distance. No, I don't like that game. I don't like that. $20 from unidentified S4. Are you kidding? Wow. Wow, man. Thank you very much. I'm a blessing to ufology rich. You're a blessing to... I am? You are. It's you. It's you. You're the blessing. Thank you very much. Really, seriously, it's beautiful. You know what I'm going to give you? What are these? I didn't know I had them. I forgot. How about this? There's not money flying around, but at least you get a digitalized UFO universe. Thank you, Unidentified S4, for the 20. Mucho gusto generoso. Grazie. That's a 10-second one, I thought, right? How long is that going to go for? It doesn't. Okay. A little long. I got to cut those down to 5 seconds. Thanks a lot. Seriously, that's like unbelievable. So these UFOs, apparently 6 or 7 times, civilizations have vanished, replenished, built back up, vanished, replenished, built back up. Asteroid, gone, start back up. Volcano, boom, gone. Ice age, boom, restart. Earthquake, bam. Well, it would have to be an earthquake instead of just a localized quake. We should call them locale earthquakes. Yeah, because it's not the whole Earth moving. It's just shifting at one point. I'm surprised we don't have them like 6.0s every day. It's crazy. Think about it. If the Earth is, every piece is a 7-continent puzzle that's continually shifting, moving. What do they call that? When one goes under the other? Subjectification? I don't know. But thank you very much, guys. So I have, what the hell? This new thought, this new theory, it was brought up today on Alien Addict, like I said earlier. But if you take away, I think the tic-tac that Fravor saw is man-made. Just because he said it, and then it's funny, he had his other pilot, Alex Dietrich, verifying it. But for some reason, there's something wrong with this story. He's changed the way he said that the object took off. In one conversation, he said it just took off, and he goes like that. In another conversation, he says it just disappeared, like poof. Well, is it poof, or is it poof, or is it take off, no poof? Seems like he's confused on that. Then Fravor says he was going to I don't know what it's called, like it's a point in the training session that they were supposed to go to, a designated part that he had to go fly to. And he said when he got there to that designation that only he was privy to, he said the tic-tac was there already waiting for him. My question is, if they were seeing them every other day practically for 2 years, I know I'm jumping ahead, but in this situation, they saw them a while too, right? At one point, what's his name? Kevin Day, the radar operator, said it was raining UFOs from 80,000 feet down to, I don't know, a couple hundred, whatever, and then 50 or something. 2.8 seconds, whatever. He saw lots of them, maybe 100. Doesn't it sound like David Fravor could have seen another tic-tac if they all looked the same? How does he know it's that one? Well, because it went in the direction, I guess, that he was going to go to and waited for him. See, this is where I say, this has nothing to do with aliens. This is intel, an unwilling participant in a training exercise by secret project, private funded space, technological, well, it's secret technology that they were testing on the best pilots in the world to see how they would react. Doesn't that make more sense? And the reason the UFO knew where he was going to go, because they already had all the information. It's not rocket science here. All right? It's not aliens breaking into our data. You know, who knows if they even have that kind of technology that's equivalent to what we have here. Doesn't seem like they would have that. But if they've been here for eons and eons, they could have definitely had access to see how all this stuff works. Because I believe they can alter light to be invisible. I think they can go into other light spectrums, and we just can't see them. They might have the ability to have small, little, tiny drones that can sneak into any place and listen to what we're doing. You know, it could be a little bug. You know, it lands on the back of somebody's jacket, goes under the collar. I don't know. It could be a million different ways that they could infiltrate the firewalls without even having to be seen. But that means they would have had to have been infiltrating the whole time. So that seems a little bit long and ridiculous to us, but maybe to them it's not so ridiculous. Maybe it's because they can live a lot longer, so they can play the real long game. They might even be helping us along and we don't even know it. You ever see Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home? When they had to go around the sun to go back in time to 1984 or whatever and get 2 humpback whales? But they stumbled upon a guy who was basically the programmer for making the walls to hold in things, water tanks and stuff like that. And Chekhov, I think, gave him the secret on how to make this new type of transparent aluminum or something like that. And he says, this stuff's not going to be discovered for another 100 years. How do you know he's the guy or something like that invented it? I don't know. How do you know he isn't? So that's how they had the technology to get back home to get a tank that could hold 2 whales. 400,000 gallons of water or something like that. But going back in time is another thing that people think is very popular. I don't think it can happen, but for the sake of our, the show, I can talk about that a little bit, but it just seems too convenient. Time travel. They zip in and out of our reality. Well, if you remember, was it the Zimbabwe kids that saw the UFOs disappear and reappear? I think it was them, right? Or was it Westall, the kids, in 66? No, it was the Zimbabwe ones, I think. 70-something. They saw the UFO disappear and reappear. That's a trip. That's some technology right there. That is a lot of power being used. And they didn't hear anything. And when they drew what they saw, they all drew something similar. It's a popular looking UFO that's been seen time and time again. Very, very popular looking one. Man. So with that being said, I don't know if it's time travel. I don't know if it's dimension jumping, because that can be a reality. I don't know if it's a matrix reality mixed with, in my opinion, I think we're living in a matrix reality mixed in with reality, if that makes sense. Like everything's augmented reality, but it isn't, but it is. It's very confusing. So all these theories on what the aliens are doing, where they come from, we don't know. We really don't. Betty and Barney Hill, Zeta Reticuli, right? Right? What did Travis Walton say? He didn't get any information. Nothing. Not a thing. Not a damn piece of information for 5 days. He got nothing. You know why he got nothing? Because he wasn't abducted. And the less he said about that experience, the better. It's a shame. I don't know why I'm going this direction, but I just thought of that. You ever notice? He doesn't ever talk about where they're from. No details on shit, really. But then he talks about other wacky stuff throughout his life. His wife was abducted, impregnated, right? Yeah, well, something like that. Whatever it is, I ain't buying Travis Walton's story anymore. But I think aliens live. Aliens. I think they're a version of us. Let's go back before the Ice Age. Let's go back 30,000 years. Go back 100,000. I don't give a shit. Go back anywhere you want after 30,000 years. What happened is, this version could be a hybrid between ape and man. We don't know the missing link, but maybe somehow, some way, the aliens, or older humans, us, hybrids, maybe, I don't know, it could be us, from maybe 100,000 years ago, came to Earth, didn't see technology, saw apes, giraffes, elephants, woolly mammoth, right? They saw all this stuff, and they're like, no technology, but it's us. You could go back as far as you want. You want to say it's the Atlanteans? Be my guest. You can say whatever you want. Nobody knows. But it's very possible, because these aliens kind of look like us, right? They learned how to walk like me, act like me, all that stuff. Just not me. So I think it's possible they could have created us and threw out this thing called the Bible. Take it literally. That's what they want us to do. And hell, man, you're looking at procreation. You're looking at evolution. You're talking about creation. Did I already say that? You got it all. But I'm going to take away time travel, multi-dimension, and matrix reality. But today I saw a video that almost convinces me that space is a hologram. I'll tell you why. Because it could be. But then everything else we know is bullshit. So take it out. Take out all that stuff. Take out the matrix, take out the multiple dimensions, take out time travel. And let's say humans left another planet. We'll call them humans, and they found this one. There were no people on it. They built beautiful things. And all of that stuff, I don't know what happened to these people, but they continually blow themselves up. Right? Or else this place would look like, what's that movie where, I don't know, you pick a movie, time travel movie where you go into the future and it's all flying cars and elevators on the outside of buildings and all kind of cool walkways, hoverboards, the whole nine. Did they get that far advanced and then blow themselves up? Why do they blow themselves up? If they can have that much of technology and build everything, and then it just, maybe 1,000 years later, it's gone. It's buried. Something happened. And what scares me is that it's a natural disaster, I think. I think it's asteroids. I think it's volcanoes. Hell, it might even be weapons that continually kill civilizations over and over and over again. But what happened is some of these technologies were underground. Maybe there was tension. Maybe they knew the asteroid was coming. Maybe they knew there was going to be a volcano exploding, but they couldn't stop it. So they built these underground bases, homes, whatever you want to call them, and stayed there. And thrived. And kept looking for ways to recreate, procreate, and be back on the top. and again and again and again. And maybe that's why we're seeing what we see. We're seeing past civilizations that have blown themselves up or were blown up. Black Lotus Productions, $10. Hey, I'm like you. It's okay. I want to leave too. But I won't. I can't. Thank you, Black Lotus Productions. I wish I could stick around for the rest of the show, but I just found out I have to go. You know, me too. Hey, I appreciate you giving the show an hour. Swear to God. There will be a show one night where you will stay the two full hours. I'm going to have that show for everybody. Good night. I just want to let you know how appreciated you are. You don't have, I know. Thank you very much. Hey, when am I coming on? You understand? Where is the show? At Gush all over. Thank you, Black Lotus. Damien, you are the man. Continuing supporter of Goofon. Yeah, it looks like something happened. Let me see. Oh my God. Hey, I got a $5. Hey, Hungry Dragon, $5 Friday, PayPal. Thank you very much. And oh wow, Dusty. Wait, who is this? Oh, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan. I didn't PayPal as well. Grazie, mucho gusto, generoso, everybody. Black Lotus, Nathan, and Hungry Dragon. Thank you all very much. That was good timing. Because we're switching topics. I know. Look, I'm trying to create conversation on things that are interesting. I don't know where we come from. I wish I knew. Nobody knows. I wish people knew. Now, there was something I had here. Thank you, everybody. Continuing support. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Huh. Okay, I'm reading some things. Oh, boy. I'll have to get back to that email. That's a good one. Thanks, Chris. Got it. Yeah. I've been trying to get back to the emails. And I have. All right. Oh, God, thank God. I'm in the wrong email. Oh, no wonder why. Okay. I was going to play the Art Bell interview. Time travel, Dr. David Anderson from 2000. Art Bell on Coast to Coast. So let me pull that up. I got it right here. Let me grab the screen. I probably heard this a long time ago. But let's take a listen. It's a 3-hour tour, so I don't know if the first 30 minutes...
Travelers only. If you have traveled in...
My job, basically, is pretty much to go out. I'm retired. I
can hear the southern accent in you, no question about it.
Yes, but no, I'm basically retired. My job was to go out to different dimensions and sort of scout them out and see basically how they're different.
You sound a little young to be retired. Of course, who am I to talk?
I've had rejuvenation. So.
Oh.
Rejuvenation.
Yes.
Another advantage in. By the way, how should we consider this dimension as?
Is this him?
Is there a way to phrase where you say you are from? Is it a fourth dimension, a fifth dimension?
Basically, we've explored right now about 50 different offshoots of the planet Earth.
Holy smokes! You mean different dimensional renderings of Earth?
Basically, from our dimension, how time is split differently. There's a lot of of course, there's a couple of splits where the United States lost the Cold War. We, of course, there's several where we lost the Civil War. If
this guy was to call in, let's say a year later, after a 11.9. He would say that, well, there was a dimension where there was no 11.9 attacks. There was another one where only one of the buildings came down, and another one where only the Pentagon got crushed, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. You can say whatever you want when you're a time traveler faker. I love these guys, though, man. I love it. I dig it. I'm going to jump a little further ahead without knowing what's here. That might be a bad place.
Even if we lost the First World War, in some dimensions, it'd end up almost the same.
Didn't I say?
There's different points of history that just absolutely have to happen.
Well, what about Canada and Mexico? And, I take it there is a Canada, there is a Mexico.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Sure.
There was one that I went to.
There was one that I went to. I went to this one timeline, I swear to God. Couldn't tell the difference. The only thing different, sky was green.
Martin Luther King didn't exist. Malcolm X.
Racist!
Didn't.
These would be
radical.
Very different.
Racist!
Very different then.
Right.
In my world, there were no black people. What? I'm waiting for him to say that.
Right. So the civil rights movement didn't happen.
And no person of color has any civil rights where I come from. We are the whites, not the tall whites, not the small whites. We're the whites.
Didn't happen?
It's funny to me.
Then what would the state of blacks be in your dimension versus this one?
Be very bad.
In that one, they were still segregated out,
Of course they were. In my world, they're all segregated out. Are you kidding me? What kind of world is a place with Martin Luther King? Next thing you know, he's going to say, there was another world where there was 2 Kennedys. Well, there were. See? I went to a world where Richard Nixon wasn't breaking the law. Well, he never did. He never broke the law. He's not a crook. In my world, he wasn't. So stupid.
Whites only areas in malls,
Well, that stinks. So you're in you should count your lucky stars that you're in a better place.
Right.
Count your lucky stars that you're in a multiracial universe. Right. Did you hear how he said it? Well, count your blessings that, at least you're in a better place. Right. He did it.
These would be
radical.
very different then.
Right. So the civil rights movement didn't happen.
Didn't happen?
Didn't happen.
Then what would the state of blacks be in your dimension versus this one?
Well, in that one, they were still segregated out, whites only areas.
But that was
in
my
malls.
favorite one. That was the best timeline.
Well, that stinks. So you're in you should count your lucky stars that you're in a better place.
Right.
Count your blessings, you're in a better place. Right. I'm getting older. Oh, that was a classic. Right.
Huh.
Yeah, that dimension was bad.
Are you bummed out that you're stuck here?
No. It's okay.
He's thinking about what to say. This is great stuff. Is this the guy? Let's go forward a little bit further. Huh? Let's go a little bit further. Double nickels.
With actual time... time travel might not be the right phrase for it, huh?
Yeah. That's why I carefully use the word time control technology. Like I said, we all here have a passion that someday we might be able to build that great machine of fiction. But for now, we see the short-term applications being very, very different.
If you look 50 years, 100 years ahead, if you project your research out 100 years, could there be a time machine?
I think the answer to that is yes, or I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. We do run into some, I guess I'll say, not stability problems, maybe a easy way to put it.
We had stability problems. One time we were going 40 years behind, in the past. Wound up 4,000 years into the past. It was horrible. Horrible! I was stuck between two dimensions of sight and sound. I saw the pyramids in one dimension. And over here I saw horse carriages and barns. I couldn't get out. They looked at me. They thought they saw something. But I was stuck until, they fixed the time machine. Then they brought me back home. But other than that, everything's fine. There were some glitches. You can't have a glitch on a time machine. What? What? How? You have a glitch. You're gone. Maybe not.
Stability problems.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why we really haven't tested.
How would a stability problem manifest?
Well,
let me think of that. Didn't think you were going to ask me that tough question. Thanks, Art.
I'm trying to think of a real succinct way to put
I'm trying to think of a lie, and I can't think of one.
this. We have, when we create a field, there's obviously a time rate outside of the field and a time rate inside the field, and there's a variance. And inside what we call the boundary layer, which you can picture as like a thin shell, like an eggshell, around that spherical field.
Right.
That shell area, or the boundary layer, is where the time rate actually changes, and it has a peculiar effect of Dopplering frequencies and energy. So what happens is that if we have certain types of energy inside or outside of the field, heat can be Dopplered up to light. Light can be Dopplered up to other things.
Whatever you say, Charlie. Whatever.
Where if you put a clock in a time warp field, aren't there, in other words, what about this old thing of you cannot go back and meet yourself, or you would destroy yourself or something like that, or kill your grandfather, all these problems with potential time travel. On a smaller scale, wouldn't those problems also exist? In other words, if you've had a clock in a field and it's coming out of either the past or the future, in essence, when you bring it out of the field, doesn't it in essence collide with itself? Isn't there a potential problem there, or is there not? And if not, why not?
I don't believe in cause and effect, or cause and consequence, or whatever you want to say. I believe that cause and effect is dead. I think that that our world and the science of mathematics and physics now show that time travel to the future, time travel to the past, or time control technology is all real science. I think this notion of cause and effect is more along the lines of paradoxes. Like, for instance, it's nonsense to suggest that a moving object shrinks and gets heavier, or it's nonsense to suggest that an astronaut who travels to a distant star and returns will be younger than her twin brother she left behind. But it's not science fiction. It's science facts.
Which you have said going forward. More things. Doctor, you heard what I said coming into this hour. If spirituality and all of this hits the road at the same time.
Yes, I agree. When you mentioned Michio Kaku's work in hyperspace.
Michio Kaku. I have more faith in this guy than I thought. Michio Kaku. In the name of the Frogger, the Zun, and the Holy Toast.
Wall that was about to kill them, and or did kill them.
All the relativistic effects that have ever been tested since the 1960s all
I don't think I can listen anymore. One more?
Show that that type of effect wouldn't happen. A dead body taken back would be dead. But if you went back before the death, picked up that person and took them back, then you would have obviously give them perhaps more time, depending on why they died.
Or moving toward one of your hoped-for applications, you might move back in time and find the person had a weakened artery wall that was about to kill them, and or did kill them in a certain time, and move back, and after the autopsy, go back and medically repair that before the horrible accident.
A lot of interesting possibilities. Absolutely right.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Dr. David Anderson. Hello.
Hello, Senator Bell and Dr. Anderson.
Hello.
I called to comment about the relationship of space to time, but may I say one thing before that? I was so happy to hear Dr. Anderson talk about the fact that he thought we exist in a sort of a false reality, because that is exactly what the Ascended Masters teach. They are the higher spiritual beings. They say we do live in a false reality, and they say in reality there really is no space or time. But with that said, speaking of space and time, a long time ago, many years ago, it occurred to me that space has some kind of a relationship to time. And it seems that I've proved it to myself over the years. If I live in very close, very small quarters with a lot of things around me, especially if they're not kept in a good order, etc., I find I'm very, very limited in my time. Then when I have more space...
Oh, my God. Somebody shoot me. Ma? Bullets! I need bullet balls! Yeah. So I saw some of the things you guys were saying in the chat room, and I was going to mention that too. When you do this time travel thing, and let's say you want to stop Kennedy from getting, boop. You go back, you stop Kennedy from getting booped. It doesn't mean you go back into the same timeline you came from. Everything changes. It's a whole new timeline from beginning to end. You changing him, saving him, he may be taken out another time. Whatever it is, whatever happens, but at that time, let's just imagine Kennedy never got, booped. And he lived. Well, you may go back into the future and his son may be president or was president. You know what I mean? Could have been a whole string of Kennedys. That's what they didn't want. Anyway, I don't know. What do I know? But the whole thing is, you're creating another universe. Another timeline of existence. If you go back, listen to this, and you kill your father before he made you, you don't die. You don't disappear like in Back to the Future. You're just in a timeline. How do you know? Well, I won't. If I go back into the future where I came from, it'll be a different timeline. Maybe my parents had the same kids and another Richie or another kid and they named him something else. It was an accident anyway. Nobody plans for me. Shut up. But that's what I think happens. I think it just skews off into another tangent and creates another reality. The universe that you left, it still exists. Or does it? I think it does. Because when you leave it, those people are still there. Those things are still going on. All of that is still happening. But when you go back there, what if you go back and they never created the time machine? Is that a possibility? What if you go back into that time and those people aren't there? You just show up in a room and maybe it's an office. See, that's weird. So many things can happen. That's why I don't think time travel. See, Doc should have gotten rid of that time machine. Never made the train. Cheating, death, and all that stuff. You can't do that. You go, you go. That's life. So I don't know. I don't think we can time travel. I really don't. I don't think it's possible to pick the destination you want to go to. That's my point. I don't think you can. How? How do you put it in there? Tell me. You're going to just type in 1955? Oh, and the computer goes 1955. Oh, 55. All right. What is 1955 to energy? How do you know how much energy to use to bring you back in time? How? I don't understand it. I know, I'm not an astrophysicist, a physicist, any type of ist. I'm not that guy. But that's why I don't think time travel... Now, I've heard time travel stories, read a lot of books, watched a lot of movies and documentaries about time travel. Nobody explains what it takes to get there from point A to point B. They don't say, oh, you got to make one of these and you got to put it together with one of those, and then you have to have something as powerful or as much energy as the sun, the galaxy, the universe, whatever it is. It's a lot of power and we don't have it. How do you know? Because you're going to change time and space? You better have something that can do that, that can warp it. But how do you know where to go? I don't understand that. How do you know where to go? You can't just say, all right, I want to plop back on Earth. You got to know where Earth is going to be and show up on that in the exact place you want to go to. No, time travel isn't real. Can't be, won't be. Nope. Nope. It's not real. It can't. And I don't care. 1.21 gigawatts. What was I thinking? Forget wormholes, parallel universes. None of that stuff's real. It's all fake. Let's say you have 1.21 gigawatts of power. How do you know what direction to point the thing? Okay, you stay where you are. You know that 100 years ago there was nothing here, right? Okay. So you go back 100 years. How do you know how much power to use to go back 100 years? You know what I mean? How do you know? And what protects you as you go back? And I guess you're creating this gravity bubble around you, which we think is the same gravity technology bubble that they use on UFOs, which is why they can make 90-degree turns at 10,000 miles an hour and not being scraped off the walls. Capiche? That's the type of technology we're talking about here. Now, that technology needs to bend time and space to accurately put you back on Earth, because you're going to disappear. And Earth is in perpetual motion with the solar system and the universe and the galaxy around the sun and all that stuff. But what if the math is wrong in your calculations and you make a 1/1000th of a mistake, 1/1000th of a micron, whatever. Let's say you make the slightest error. You're going to be in Jupiter. Nah, can't happen. Sorry. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. All right. Next subject, huh? I know, I can feel something. It's weird. Why isn't that, did you get that working? Whoa. Oh, we got ours working. Yeah, I knew we could do it. Whoa. Almost knocked over. Oh, that was a good one. See, we got our own technology to do it. Check this out. I want to show you something. So Lou can't make it to the crash retrieval panel. But guess who can? Danny Silva, UFO Jesus, Red Rum Joe, And the only qualified person to talk about it that will be there, and I don't trust him anymore, Richard Dolan. What a panel on crash retrievals. Like, what does UFO Jesus know about crash retrievals? Well, I read somewhere. Yeah, me too. I read them too. You're an expert. Danny Silva on crash retrievals? Who? Nah, I'm kidding. They're going to do great. I was hoping I could listen in. Those guys are incredible. But that is misleading. They didn't take Lou out of that. You know, YouTube doesn't like it when you say you're going to have somebody on your show who's the most popular guy in ufology and then he doesn't show up. I'm going to start doing that. I noticed other shows doing this, saying they're going to have somebody on their show, but oops, couldn't make it. Remember the night I had that happen? But it was a real thing. It was fake Jeremy Corbell. He was in the chat room. I said, hey, you want to come on? I thought it was him. We didn't know. It was a brand new thing. He says, sure, I'll come on your show. 5 minutes later, I said, hey, Jeremy Corbell's going to come on Goof On. Come over. We had 390 people there as the show started. Because they thought it was, and then I found out it wasn't the real Jeremy Corbell, and he couldn't make it. So when I told everybody he's not coming, yeah, you know, we stayed around 300 people for that show. But we got 300 people. We were almost at 400 without a Corbell. So why not? Everybody, they all lie. That's what they're doing now. Say goodbye to your You're going to be demonetized, whoever's doing this. That's plain and simple. It's bullshit. Can't lie. This is why I like YouTube. I love YouTube. Keeps you honest. That's a good thing. All right, so I'm going to do something, show you something that's really redundant. Everybody knows. But it's always nice to visit other people's drama. And I don't know what's going on here. But Zach Sichi, I have no idea who this person is, says this is actually psychotic. This continual attack on a effing... So somebody said something mean about a book cover. This continual attack on an effing book cover is just the epitome of social media dumbness and useless toxic thought. You are one of many I am screening out of my experience. Seriously, one of the stupidest things I have ever seen here. Attacking knowledge because you don't like the cover? I've never seen this. Thank you for showing yourself. You have no informational or knowledge value. And yet are another of these twits who contribute nothing and create nothing. So you pathetically attack an effing book cover. Never have seen I such a shallow moronic behavior. I warn people I know to not get sucked into this UFO Twitter community and follow people who have some value to add and distance oneself from the toxic sludge of social media addicts. That's a mouthful, huh? Boy, oh boy, UFO Twitter. I told you, it's not just me. It's not just me. I'm down here. Then he continued, have nothing to contribute but petty attacks on others instead of contributing themselves to the larger knowledge base. What's the last book you wrote, bud? You don't have an answer. I can see you're an ego floating around, just being another toxic talking head. Be gone! I recommend others to follow people who are kind, positive, and contribute. And attack a book cover? Holy crap, thank you for outing yourself. I don't know who it is, but it happened. I don't know why I shared it. It was kind of stupid, but it just goes to show you UFO Twitter, 85%, 15%. It's a shame. It's a shame. Hey, on a happier note, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I have here in front of me Jimmy Carter's UFO report from 1969. It's a minute long. Watch this, enjoy, get a drink, whatever. Go.
UFO sighting report detailing the observation of a UFO by 10 to 12 people for approximately 10 minutes. The sighting was reported by one of the witnesses, President Jimmy Carter, while governor of Georgia. It could not have been a planet, a star, meteor, or aircraft.
Tell me about the time you once saw a UFO.
Well, I was the district governor of 56 Lions clubs in southwest Georgia, and I had to visit all the Lions clubs and make a speech. And I was outside a school lunchroom one night, right before sundown. It was getting dark, and we were getting ready to eat supper. And I and about 25 men were standing around, and all of a sudden, in the western sky, we saw a strange light coming toward us, a round light. And it got closer and closer, and right above the pine trees, it stopped. And then it began to change colors from blue to red to white. And then it stayed there for a while. We were all aghast. We didn't know what it was. And then it just disappeared into the west.
We were all aghast. That's aghast. In case you were wondering. Tell us what you saw, Governor. Well, we saw what was a beautiful craft. Oh, that's Jimmy Stewart. Wrong Jimmy. Well, whore. That's... Sorry. It's from Jim Carrey. I couldn't help it. It came out. All right. Bigfoot video? I thought I showed that already. I showed it yesterday. No? I guess not. Oh, here it is. Okay, got it. All right, B. Baker, here we go. Bigfoot, 100% confirmed.
Let me see your war face.
I got to go to the 5-minute mark. All right. I can already tell where this is going.
The memes while the Titanic sinks. Just keep making the memes. Dude, what is going on at the gyms? Like, what the hell? This guy looks like he's serious too.
What? What the hell is wrong with you? I swear!
Somewhere out there, some Bigfoot fanatics, they clipped off the end of it, and they're using that as proof, as a Bigfoot sighting. Guaranteed.
That's unbelievable. Did you see the terror in that kid's face?
What? What the hell is wrong with you? I swear!
Somewhere out.
It's a classic. Classic. Well, as you know, Halloween is coming up. And Halloween is on a Sunday. We don't do shows on Sunday, but that Sunday we will. Yeah. I may not do Saturday in the afternoon. No, I should. Yeah. All right, next. This is unreal, what I'm going to show you. I can't believe this. Self-assembling metal neuron. You got to see it. This is metal. Putting itself together. You ready? Go. 3, 2, gosh. Pretty cool. Isn't it just magnets? Isn't it just magnets? I said it twice. Where am I? Isn't that what that is? Metal neurons? Aren't they just magnets? I thought it was cool. It's not. No. It's metal neurons. Neurons are cool. Are you guys getting a lot of messages about narcissists? I am. I get messages every day on how to spot a narcissist. Here's another one. When is a narcissist dangerous? Narcissist Victims Syndrome Report. I don't know why I keep getting it. What is this? Oh, not playing that. So, third phase of Moon. You know they have their next movie coming out next year, right? Above Top Secret. Well, they also have another movie coming out called Who Saw the Men in Black. Now, I have the official trailer right here, but I'm not going to play it. Why? Because it sucks. No, it's good. It's really good. I am making 4 alternatives to that one. I don't particularly like it, so I talked to Third Phase and I said, do you think I can try to make it? And we talked about it for a little while and they said, why don't you do this? Make 4 30-second, what are they called? I saw something. What did I just see? What did I just see? I just saw something that blew my mind. Oh, yeah. FrapSap! Are you kidding? 50? Great show tonight, he says. Thanks for everything you do for the greater good for the ufological studies. Common sense delivered with one-of-a-kind sense of humor. Have a great weekend, Richie. Wow! Bro, seriously, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, you definitely a continuing supporter, and I'm looking for your video because that one, yeah, you got to get this one. Thank you. FrapSap, everybody. Frapsappuccino. Amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mucho gusto generoso. I have to say so. Frapsup. So, trailers. Thank you, Denbum. So I'm making 4. Frapsap, you're amazing. So I'm making 3 or 4 30-second trailers that are going to be booming with excitement. Because they liked the trailer, but I said, I thought it was just okay. And I said, let me make one. And they're like, yeah, why don't you make a couple? So I'm going to make them. Right after the show, I got to finish the first one. Because I woke up so late today again, but I'm sleeping. Thank God. I know there's people out there who hate when I talk about anything other than myself. But you know what? Get your own show. FrapSap, I keep looking at that. And I don't know what to say. Thanks again. I'm just checking around. I want to see if I missed anything else. Because I hate missing Super Chats, PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff. Man. What time is it? Oh, wow. We got a lot of time left. All right, so let's get going. Man, that was a showstopper for me. I'm in the wrong email? Oh, I see. So they have a movie coming out. And they partnered up with, I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember for the life of me. Why can't I? Should remember. But anyway, they did, I think, made the movie with that person's idea. And it'll be out in a week or so. November 9th. November 9th. This Men in Black movie. I'm telling you, they are so busy making documentaries, things all the time. All right. Here is a video. Oh, good. William Graham sent this to me. He knows what I like. This is from That Is Impossible. Unexplained sightings you won't want to watch before bedtime. I love these. We haven't watched one of these in weeks. A few days. No, I haven't done a That Is Incredible in 2 weeks. It's Friday. We can do whatever we want. And tomorrow is the afternoon show for Saturday in the UK at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. That is noon for Pacific. So let me get you to the right place here to start this off. In 3, 2, et gosh.
Full of mysteries. And I guess that one of the most intriguing sightings that ever occurred and to this day remains a mystery is the Loch Ness Monster. It all started on May 1933 when a local couple claimed they had seen an enormous animal rolling and plunging on the surface of the Loch Ness. The story then became a media phenomenon, and from then on, many people claimed they have seen or photographed this mysterious creature. In 1975, an expedition was just having fun when this happened.
Fort Augustus, we got Loch Ness ahead for a couple of long paddle days. We'll see what we can do today, and I think finding camping spots is going to be one of the more difficult things, so we're just going to paddle until we see somewhere suitable. But
that is beautiful.
Richard and his friends paddled to the Loch Ness and found a good camping spot.
That's beautiful.
Then they decided to use a drone to capture some footage.
Wow.
This is what they captured on camera.
Oh, this is it. It's a palavosaur. That's got to be fake. Can you see this whole thing?
Flying by the camping area with his drone, Richard apparently captured an unidentified creature, a huge, unknown creature that actually looks like what's some believed to be the Loch Ness Monster. The video went
Dude, that thing's pretty big. It looks real.
Instantly viral, and it became a discussion. Is this the Loch Ness Monster or is it something else? Keep in mind that Richard Outdoors YouTube channel is focused on camping, fishing, and outdoor activity. This is the only video found on his channel that features such a phenomenon. In other words, this might be the real deal, but I'm not too sure. There are many of them happening all over. Just so you have an idea, in 2018 alone, 3,400 sightings were reported in the United States of America. Surprisingly, in 2020, this number jumped to 6,000 sightings. Now remember that this is just in the United States of America. If you consider that these kind of events are happening all over, the number is way higher. And it was no different in Colombia a couple of months ago when Jose Alberto Garcia Ramirez captured something truly bizarre on camera in the city of Versailles. Check this out.
It's Versailles. That looks fake.
Ay, bueno, está cayendo frío. Uy, marica, el Señor bendiga a esa gente que vaya arriba. Ojalá no les va a pasar nada.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Looks real.
Ay, ¿qué es eso peor? Para un avión.
Wow. What is that?
Venga, 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 corra.
¿Corra? Ay, 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 ay.
Es un avión, papi, eso es un avión. Será, mira, amor, ve, ¿qué es eso? Claro, marica. ¿Qué es eso? Pero no, porque ahorita estaba sonando como un avión.
Jose and part of the neighborhood were baffled by what they were seeing. At first, they thought that this could be some sort of airplane. It was when all of a sudden it simply disappeared out of thin air. They finally figured that it couldn't be an airplane, it was something else. Now, some believe that this could be some sort of military flare. However, it is not common in this region. Not only that, flares usually burn in a bright red color, which is not the case. Others think that this could be some sort of meteor or maybe an object that entered the atmosphere, and for some reason it lit up for a few minutes and then...
That is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, remember this? No. Look at this. That is an old depiction of orbs in the sky. I mean, that's amazing. Look at this. They're on the ground on fire. Look at them coming out of the ship. Holy crap, I never realized that. Do you see how amazing that is? This is a depiction of a war that happened. Look at, these are triangular craft, cylindrical objects that are pushing out other orbs. This is unbelievable. Look, here's some ones that are broken because they got blown up or whatever. Down here is amazing. You got people looking up, singing opera to the sky. Dude.
And people telling their stories.
Look at that. This is what I love about ufology, this stuff. This is totally amazing.
Nowadays, because of technology, we rely on photographs, videos, and now we have drones. Just so you have an idea, in 2021 alone, there were 800,000 drones registered in the United States.
Registered?
That's a lot of drones recording everything around them.
That's right,
In
baby.
Tennessee, a person was doing a flyover in an unknown location when this was captured on camera.
The tree's going crazy. Yeah, we saw this last week. This is amazing, though. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know what can do that.
In the
That is
video, we can see
unreal.
what appears to be a tree being cut. However, if
What?
you watch the video closely, it's not being cut. It's being ripped off by something huge. And in just a couple of seconds, the tree is going to be thrown from one side to the other and then carried on to some other place.
And he doesn't fly the drone over there. Yeah, let's stay far enough away so nobody can see us.
If you observe closely, this can't be a group of people or any known machine. The tree is being ripped off in a very organic manner, and it all happens too quick, which suggests this has to be some sort of huge creature. If you observe closely in this exact moment, the tree is being carried away like it's some sort of stick. I have to say, I've never seen anything like this, and it also caught the attention of whoever was filming with the drone. Now, looking for strange structure.
That is so weird. That is still a really weird video because it's real. That's not a fake. That's not a fake. It's wild stuff. There's supposed to be a video that I've been looking for. Oh, here it is, maybe. Okay. I found it. A ghost on a baby monitor or something. Oh shit. Whoa.
Was this 28-7 Kentucky threatening to go up even more, and he's well aware
Top left.
of the outside noise, the rumors,
Whoa,
the rumblings, the
that's
pressure. He said,
weird.
listen, all day was this 28-7
Right here.
Kentucky threatening to go up even more, and he's well aware of the outside noise.
It looks like somebody wearing a robe, but that is crazy. Watch. That's cool. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's wild stuff, though. That is just wild. COVID. Oh, I don't think I showed this to you. This is literally the most violent hailstorm I've ever seen from inside of a house. This is absolutely... I don't know if I played this. I don't think I did. It looks fake. It looks like a movie. Look at the lightning.
Our vehicles are going to have major hail damage.
By the way, this isn't nothing yet.
Listen to that. Ow, my ear!
Here we go. God. Dude. One more time. That's crazy. That looks so fake, man. It looks like a movie.
Our vehicles are going to have major hail damage. Listen to that.
I really don't know how the window survived.
Ow, my ear!
This is where it starts getting real bad, though. God. That's crazy cool. That is amazing. I've never seen a hailstorm like that. No, I've been in some hailstorms, not like, I've never seen anything like that. New Bigfoot video. What is this that I have here? Oh, I showed that one already. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, here's a Bigfoot video from September 10th. I didn't play this to you. This is from, I just saw this the other day. I like my wallpaper, I have to admit. You never know. You never know. I'll play it one more time. It's real short, 20 seconds or so. It looks like... I don't know. It looks like a monkey. A monkey? What am I... Is that a monkey? Come on. That's not a monkey. Pretty cool. I don't know, man. See, these people need to start talking to these Yeti. You know? Telling you. What is this? Mick West with a somebody what is this? Oh, he's showing. He says, funny, I had the same eclipse hovering over my monitor when I used the UFO camera app. Oh, so there's an app that makes it look like there's a eclipse? Is that what this is? In 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Oh, I see. People are making believe there's an eclipse, and there's Mick West doing his. Got it. That's why it's hard to trust everything we see, kids. We get a lot of stuff from people who just want us to show you something. you know? And then they'll be like, oh, look, Rich thought that was real. Hey, you can fool Rich. I'm not an expert. Nobody is. Nobody's an expert. Sorry, not sorry. Nobody can be. The only way anyone can be an expert in this field is if you get your hands on the materials and study it, analyze it, measure it. You know. You know. You know. Do you want to see why UFO Jesus does so few interviews? Me neither, but let's see what
This is going to be quite a unique video compared to my normal videos, and it will not be UFO centric. So if you're only subscribing to my channel for UFOs, then feel free to skip this video and see me the episode following this one. Emanating from every orifice of my physical being. So I came up with this idea as like a little joke to put on my Twitter feed and maybe to some extent alert people that I was going to be on Coast to Coast. It was pretty ridiculous, but I couldn't help myself. Here's what I did. I'm really nervous about going on Coast to Coast AM tonight. My stomach is filled with butterflies, anxiety, emanating from every orifice of my physical being.
Ew.
I'm in my bathtub right now. I'm about to put the hot water on to relax my soul. I'm not going on Coast to Coast this evening. I'm going to pretend that I'm not scheduled to go on. Say that I never do live interviews. In fact, I've done a few. In September of 2020, I did a one-on-one interview on Coast to Coast AM for 2 full hours with host George Knapp. And in the following month, I did a one-on-one interview for a full segment with the Leak Project YouTube channel. I've done multiple panel appearances with the media company Mystery Wire, and I've done multiple panel appearances with Luis Jimenez YouTube channel. But the truth is, I've been asked many times to do interviews, and most of the time I've basically said that now is not the right time. And so
he needs to go. First of all, he should be washing his hair every day. But I understand sometimes, you know, people who pay for all this water can't wash their hair every day. I get it. I get it. All right, one last thing. Google Map users baffled by small blacked out island compared to Area 51 or the TV show Lost. So this is interesting that they blacked this out. And I forgot to show this to you the other day because that's the kind of guy I am. All right, I accept. I don't care. So Google Maps users, you can see it here. No? You can see it now. Get out of there. So there it is. They're blacking out this island. Why? The mysterious-looking piece of land has caused a stir for forum members on Reddit, with one member refers to it as God's guitar pick. Users describe the island as something out of the popular TV series Lost, or a covered-up island similar to Area 51. The secretive and classified. The outside of the island shows a little light blue sea and waves crashing against the golden sandy beaches around the land. Yet the middle of the island appears to be completely blacked out by Google Maps. Google blacks out areas on maps when people on the database don't want to be on there or want them to know what is going on there. We know. After the image was uploaded, one person wrote, God dropped his guitar pick. Another wrote, my first thought that it was censored. It would make sense. What is this? Hole to the center of the earth found on Google Maps. Huh? Oh boy, I can't get off of this. A third person quipped, ladies and gentlemen, they found the island in Lost. Alright, we get it. I thought this was going to be a little more interesting, but it is not. Then that gosh. No. No. I've got to do more serious ufology. Next week, we're going to have what's called serious. We're bringing back Goof on University. Goof on You. I don't know. But Goof on You, I think I'm going to make it my morning thing for 20 minutes. Instead of showing all these other clips of, unless the other, I tell you what, Goof on University I can do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Monday and Friday, and then something on Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursday, I don't know if I'm going to do anything. It's too much. But I think I like that idea. I really do. Goof on University's coming back. It's called Goof on You. And I'm going to start with day 2. Thank you, moderators, because we already did day 1 last year. It was a year ago. Moderators and super chatters, thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate it more than you know. Your time, your support, it's what keeps this moving smoothly and able to be here every day. So thank you very much. And newcomers and veterans, I thank you as well, because any time you spend here is helping the algorithm. So like it, share it, subscribe. And then give a nice thumbs up and maybe comment. Make a comment. I'd like to see 50 comments and 200 likes. We almost got there. Last video. We're doing very well. I'm very excited about Goof On. Thank you all. We're almost at 6,300 subscribers already. So thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 Eastern, because it's Saturday for the UK, 12 noon Pacific, right here on YouTube. Third phase of Moon later. And remember, Goof On is truthology for ufology. Giddy up. Have a good weekend. Yeah.
You know what will happen if you do? Stop it, you're